Hey there guys, it's your good pal Wiggly, and welcome to my blind let's play of Professor Layton and the Curious Village. This is of course the first entry in Level 5's Professor Layton franchise, released for the Nintendo DS in 2007 in Japan, 2008 everywhere else, and it received an HD port to iOS and Android devices in 2018 with more cutscenes, content, etc. I am playing the iOS version on an iPad 9th generation that I bought just for this franchise, so I hope you enjoy it. This is normally where I would tell you what genre this game is and my impressions going in, but I really don't know a whole hell of a lot about this game, to be honest. The main reason for that is that I kind of have an ulterior motive for playing this one. As you may or may not have noticed, over the past year and a half or so, I have been playing through the Ace Attorney franchise on this channel for the first time, and having now finished the original trilogy, I can comfortably say that they are some of my favorite games of all time. And I really want to move forward with that franchise, but looking ahead, there's one game that might present a bit of an issue. There's a 3DS game called Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, which is a crossover between Ace Attorney and, you guessed it, Professor Layton. So obviously, if I want to experience that game properly, I feel like I kind of need to dip my toes into the other half of the pool, as it were, so here we are. The only things I know about this game going in are that you solve puzzles, and I know that this game has two different dubs for North America and Europe that each have their fans. Just to let you know, I am obviously playing the North American dub because I can't really get the European dub on my phone very easily without like jailbreaking it or whatever. And I also know that this game was at least in part inspired by the Ace Attorney franchise, although I am absolutely not expecting the same kind of experience from this. I am heading into this with zero expectations, and I will not be comparing it to Ace Attorney at all. I promise to take it solely for what it is. Alright, with that whole monologue out of the way, let's go ahead and get started with Professor Layton and the Curious Village Blind. First thing you might notice is that at the top left corner of the screen, the game had me sign up for a Level 5 ID, which is like an external site where you put in your email and you get emails, yada yada, from Level 5. And when I did that, which I did do, I got a batch of puzzle coins. I have no idea what puzzle coins are, but I feel like it was worth mentioning that I got a bonus for doing that of some type of currency. We'll see what that means in a little while, but I feel like it's worth mentioning. And I remembered that I do have a couple other small things to mention before we get started. I apologize. First and foremost, I want to thank Paul Draws Art and Puffstools on Twitter for drawing the Layton, and I believe his name is Luke, in the bottom right corner of the screen, portraits of Wiggly to kind of fill out the space. They look fantastic. Both of them have done art for the channel before, and they always do such a great job. Thank you guys very much. Links to their Twitters are in the description. Please go check them out. They do wonderful work. And last but not least, when I was doing my research for which version to play, this or the DS version, and I was kind of weighing the pros and cons of each version, which I like to do when I decide for which version to play for a Let's Play, I noticed that this version does have one unfortunate drawback, even though it has more content than the DS version, and that's that sometimes the audio mixing is apparently kind of bad, especially in some cutscenes. So I looked to see if there was any way I could fix that, and unfortunately in the options menu, the voices and sound effects are tied together, so I can't really do anything about that. So I apologize, but it's just something that we're going to have to deal with. And with all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and finally get started with Professor Layton and the Curious Village Blind. New game. It is super, super weird to be recording a Let's Play on an iPad. Please enter your name. Am I naming Layton? Probably not, considering there is a character with a question mark on his face. That's probably me. Everyone knows that I have a question mark on my face, so I'm going to go ahead and put in Wiggly. Of course, God, it's so weird seeing an iPad keyboard on my computer. I guess we'll choose file 1. Why not? The standard. The default settings are for video playback in portrait orientation. Touch the screen during an animated scene to display playback option buttons. Touch the buttons to toggle between portrait and landscape mode or skip a scene. Okay, well, I will probably, in that case, re-record the cutscenes in landscape for your guys' viewing pleasure, but I'm probably going to watch them in portrait because it's not easy to flip this iPad on its side in the middle of recording the way I have it set up. So just know that you guys will be seeing it in landscape. I will be seeing it in portrait. I don't know why I'm saying all this. You probably don't even care. Let's go ahead and get started. Gotta have the teddy bear. That's adorable.
There. Professor, that's everything packed. Oh, is that all you're bringing with you?
A gentleman must try to travel light where possible, Luke.
Oh, I like his voice.
Oh, and a gentleman's assistant must be prepared for any eventuality.
Well, you're certainly that. So then, let's get going.
That's a weird looking car. This art looks great, by the way. Like, I'm super impressed by this. This is a really cool little animated opening. I really like this game's art style from what I've seen. Kind of gives me Ni no Kuni vibes, which that game does also take place in London at the start, I do believe. I haven't played much of it, but to my dear friend Wiggly.
The things we saw that day in the village became a secret we would have to keep from everyone for the rest of our lives. Because, you see...
That sounds ominous. That car is so weird. Luke, you're invited to Smash Bros. Congratulations.
I don't understand, Professor. Why are we going to help solve an inheritance dispute?
Yep, there is the audio mixing in full force. There's nothing I can do about it. I apologize. Also, I noticed that Luke's voice is very clearly an American trying to do a British accent, and Luke is the character that people compare between the European and American dubs super often, and people definitely mostly prefer Luke in the European dub, it seems, but obviously, as I mentioned, I can't really get the European dub, so I apologize. We're just going to have to roll with it. But I do actually really like this voice as well, personally.
Luke, my boy, do you really think I would take on such an ordinary request as that? Oh no, this is an altogether unique and exciting situation, and it has piqued my intellectual curiosity. But I suppose it would be best to explain the case before we arrive at our destination.
So what is your profession exactly? Is it like just like what are you a professor of? Are you like a college professor, or are you like just guy who solves puzzles in a world where that is a viable career?
2 months ago, Baron Augustus Reinhold passed away.
Well, that was a drop.
Shortly after his death, his will was disclosed. The contents of it were fascinating, to say the least. The Reinhold family treasure, the golden apple, is hidden somewhere within this village.
Okay.
To whomever successfully locates this treasure, I offer the whole of my estate.
Ah, so it's the One Piece.
Naturally, those who attended the reading of the will immediately set out in search of the golden apple. But in the end, everybody came back empty-handed.
Of course.
It turns out that no one had even heard of such a treasure existing, until it's mentioned in the will.
Wow, that's some puzzle, all right.
Quite. Augustus Reinhold staked his entire fortune just to create one more puzzle before his death.
What a guy.
What a perplexing individual. I wish I could have met him while he was still alive.
It certainly sounds like you two would have gotten along, Professor. By the way, just what is this golden apple anyhow?
I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It's probably an apple that is golden, if I had to take a guess, Luke.
Some speculate it's a rare antique, while others say it could be a gem, yet its identity remains elusive.
I see. Okay.
But Luke, I can't shake the feeling that this matter is linked to some larger mystery, something huge.
Ha! Is that your famous intuition acting up again, Professor?
Well, our first step is getting to town.
This is all so exciting. I hope St. Mystere is ready for the famous archaeologist and puzzle-solving detective, Herschel Layton.
Herschel? That's a funny first name.
Oh, Luke, you know as well as I do that I am no detective.
What are you then exactly?
Augustus Reinhold's wife, Lady Dahlia, has asked me to investigate the situation.
Okay.
It seems she came across my name by chance when reading an article about me in the papers.
And you immediately decided to take her up on her request, huh?
Oh, well, Luke, a true gentleman never refuses the request of a beautiful lady.
Okay.
If you say so, Professor.
We should be nearing the town by now. Look at the map in the envelope and help me with directions.
You got it. What in the... What's this?
It looks like the back of a cereal box.
Lady Dahlia seems to have given us a test. We'll need to decipher this map in order to find the village. She wants to see if we're capable of cracking the mystery surrounding the Reinhold fortune. Care to give it a go, Luke?
I'll do my best. A puzzle like this should be a snap for the apprentice of the great Professor Layton.
Very well then, Luke. I'll leave this one to you. Think of it as a warm-up for things to come.
So am I playing as Luke, or am I playing as, like, the me that I named, that I'm the letter is being written to? Am I, like, an external guy, or am I Luke? It seems like I'm Luke. Okay, puzzle number 1, where's the town? This puzzle is worth 10 out of 10 picarats. Okay, sounds good. Okay. Well, this is very clearly a translation of a DS game. My village is on a road that leads you to no other village. I look forward to seeing you there. Draw a circle around the right village, then touch submit. Okay. Touch. Draw a continuous line that encircles the village. Once you've circled your selection, tap submit. Okay. Well, there is the option for hints, but I am no coward. Some of you, especially if you watch the Ace Attorney Let's Play, know that I am not always the brightest knife in the crayon box, as it were. So I hope that I am not too silly during this Let's Play, but hey, if it's a game all about solving puzzles, I assume that you probably expected that, right? So I need to try to not be too hard on myself, because I can be sometimes when it comes to like puzzles, especially on camera. So let's go ahead and check out Memo. Ooh, okay. Can I just, yeah, okay. I can just kind of draw everywhere. That's pretty cool. I can even draw this thing really badly. Well, there you go. All right, so how do I erase? We have eraser. Is there like an erase all button? Is it this one? Yes. Okay. We also have color choices. That's pretty cool. We have pink. There we go. We also have like multiple different... Oh yeah, we have multiple different sizes of stuff too. I'm using like a little like stylus that did not come with this, but I got it for like a smartphone stylus because I wanted to try to learn drawing, and that never really went anywhere, but it's coming in handy now. So there's a fill option for whatever reason. I mean, I guess if you want to do art in Professor Layton, you can. And we also have stamps? Oh, okay. That makes me kind of concerned. I have no idea what we're going to need all this for. Okay, so let's go ahead and check it out again. My village is on a road that leads you to no other village. I look forward to seeing you there. Draw a circle around the right village, then touch submit. Okay. Well, from the car, the left road leads to 2 buildings. The middle road leads to 2 buildings, and the right road leads to 1 building. So I just circle this one and call it good. Correct? Okay. Well, that was simple. I mean, it was the first puzzle. I assume this game is at least somewhat kid-friendly, so I'm not surprised, but that wasn't too bad. Okay. That's correct. The only town that isn't connected by roads to another town is the one in the upper left area of the map. It looks like you're all ready to start solving puzzles. Well, excellent. I'm glad I am up to snuff.
There we go. Now we should be able to make our way to the village.
Right you are. We should see it on the horizon any moment now.
Huh? Professor, do you mean to say you already figured out the town's location?
I'm afraid I couldn't help myself. A basic puzzle like that is easy enough to solve with a glance.
I really like Professor Layton's voice, and like I think his eyes are funny. The fact that they're just like two little dots, while Luke has like fully created like anime eyes.
Anyhow, you'd best gather your things, Luke. We've arrived.
Okay. Well, here we are, Professor Layton and the Curious Village HD for mobile. That was strange to give me the title screen again. That is some architecture. That was... That's a choice for a building. Giant hole in the middle of it. What the hell? Well, I assume this is the Curious Village, as it were. Okay, so not everything is voice acted. That's not surprising. Do I try to do a British accent? Fuck it. I'll lock in. Interesting. It appears that this drawbridge is the entrance to the village. And we're stuck on the outside. What should we do, Professor? Oh, look over there. There's a man standing on the other side of the river. Maybe he can help us. Okay. Well, tap an area to investigate. I mean, I guess we'll check out the dude. Good day, sir. We'd very much like to gain access to the village. Could you please drop the bridge for us? That is a character design. That dude is all chin. Like 90% of his face is chin. Do I look like the sort to go dropping the bridge for a bunch of fancy-looking outsiders? Okay, Franco, you got a lot of nerve. We'd received a letter of invitation from Lady Dahlia. I don't suppose that changes things, does it? From Lady Dahlia? Well then, I'd sure like to lower the bridge for you, Mr. Fancy Pants. But the engine is busted, and I can only move this blasted bridge with the hand crank. There's all these infernal slots I could put the crank in, but I got no clue which one to use. So, smart guy, you got any idea which one is the right one? Okay, then we're on to puzzle number 2. I'm starting to understand what kind of game this is. This one is worth 15 out of 15 picarats. So do I lose picarats if I don't do it correctly? There's no way to lower the bridge and get across without inserting the crank into the correct slot. Choose the slot that fits the crank shown below. Okay. Tap the crank to change the viewing angle. Well, it's number 1, right? Yeah, it's definitely number 1. Okay.
There we go.
Well, okay. There we are. Nice job. Now drop that bridge. Move that bus. That'll do it. Hold on a second. I'll let her down. I'm gonna say it again. I just don't feel right about letting outsiders into St. Mystere. But if you're Lady Dahlia's guest, I guess I better. At least give her my regards, you hear? Okay. Will do, Franco. Just doing his job, I guess. Man, there's a lot of animation. I am surprised by how much there is. Thank you. Yes, we finally arrived in St. Mystere. I'm so excited. I wonder what mysteries await us here. Well, Luke, we'll find out soon enough. Just be careful not to let your excitement cloud your ability to analyze your surroundings. Okay. I say, Luke, this is the perfect time to explain how to move about during our investigation. Try touching that shoe icon in the lower right corner of the screen. After you do this, a set of arrows will appear on screen. Tap 1 to head in that direction. So remember, when you want to move, just tap the shoe. Go on then, give it a try. Okay. Shoe. We could move, but this barrel is suspicious. It is doing something. Don't you think we should head to Reinhold Manor, Professor? I guess so. Sorry. Can I talk to this lady?
Oh, hello. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome to St. Mystere, where our local export is...
The puzzle, of course. Okay.
Oh, before I forget, you should know that every time you solve a puzzle, you earn a set number of picarets. The more picarets a puzzle is worth, the tougher the puzzle will be. They say lovely things happen when you gather enough picarets. Imagine that, a reward for solving puzzles. For practice, try this little riddle that your hat reminded me of. Think good and hard before you answer.
Okay. So is it like a currency or a score? It says score at the bottom, so I assume it's that. Is there stuff that is locked out from having enough picarets, or how does that work? I have no clue. These 4 top hats are all the same height, but the length of each brim is different. In other words, the hats are equally tall but vary in width. Of these 4 hats, one of these 4 hats has a brim and height that are the same length. Which hat is it? Okay, this is a pretty common optical illusion. I used to have a book of optical illusions when I was little. So the way to figure this out is to use my index finger and my thumb and kind of rotate it to kind of see. I'm pretty sure it's A. I'm fairly positive it's A. Yeah, C is way too long. It's definitely A. 100% it's A.
Luke, here's my answer.
Oh, I'm so good. Look at me go. And how many puzzles are there? Don't tell me that answer, actually. That's right. This is a very famous optical illusion, as I said. An optical illusion is a visual phenomenon where your eyes perceive things differently than they actually are. There are dozens of known optical illusions. So what's the world coming to when you can't even trust your own eyes?
Oh, bravo! I think you've got the hang of this. If you try your options one by one, you'll eventually find the answer. However, you'll also encounter lots of puzzles that can't be solved by simply trying all the answers. If you answer incorrectly, the picarets you earn from a puzzle decrease. Tough stuff, It goes to show you how important it is to think for yourself and find the answer on your own. Well then, best of luck to you. I'll be rooting for you two.
This is such a different game for me to Let's Play, and I hope you guys are enjoying it so far, because I always feel super weird when it's like a new genre. Also, as many of you may know, anybody who's watched any other Let's Play that I've done knows that I am a completionist, and I have no idea how I would go about doing that for this game. Obviously, I feel like I'm going to mess up on some puzzle at some point. So if there is stuff locked behind having a high enough number of picarets, I guess I'm not opposed to doing multiple playthroughs to show off everything, but if you guys could just simply let me know in the comments without spoiling anything, is there anything major locked behind having a high number of picarets, like a perfect amount, or is it just a score, just a general, like, high score kind of thing? That's what I need to know. Can I tap the barrel now? No. I can talk to this guy, though.
Stashin'. What a dandy set of fellows you two are. Must be new to St. Mystere, eh? The name's Stashin' Scarfin, and I've got some advice for you. Go tap that barrel back there. Don't ask questions, just do it.
I don't know what voice I gave that guy, but we're rolling with it. This barrel, the one I've been trying to tap for a long time,
a hint coin.
Okay.
Felt good, didn't it? Round these parts, that's what we call a hint coin. When you find yourself up against a doozy of a puzzle, you'll want a hint. Trust me on this one, fellows. And if it's just those times when you'll want to use a hint coin to purchase a hint. I bet you think puzzles will be a breeze now, eh?
No, I'm expecting it to make me look very dumb, actually.
Think again. There are a limited number of set coins in this world. So don't go wasting coins on any old riddles. Because if you do, when you come across a real stumper, you'll be sorry. Real sorry. Mind you, hint coins won't always be stuffed inside of barrels. Check any object that seems suspicious. I've got something special now just for you. More Stash and Scarf wisdom to share. Investigate the sign in that building over there. Go on.
Okay. Like this sign? I found a puzzle-solving charm.
That's a puzzle-solving charm you just found. Come on, we all know you were expecting something original from this
from this remake. Okay. So this is new to the iOS version then?
Gives the new version a certain charm, don't you think? Now you're probably thinking these charms sound like fun, aren't you? Sure. But take care. You expected me to say something like that, weren't you? Don't worry, I'm just pulling your leg this time. Charms are safe. How do you use charms? Well, now, that would be telling. They do have use, believe you me, but it's up to you to find it. Okay. So until we meet again.
Sounds good. Is there anything else of note? I wonder if that inn gets many guests out here in the country. Well, that one guy's gone, but Ingrid is still here.
It's important to think things out for yourself. Keep at it.
Oh, thanks, lady. There's a golden trash can over here. I got another hint coin. Nice. There's the building in the back.
There's something very curious about that tower.
I guess so. Hint coin. Okay. Is there anything else of note? Chimney? No? Okay. I guess we'll go ahead and move forward.
I've been thinking, Professor, shouldn't we be keeping a record of our investigation?
You've brought up a very good point, Luke. Let me explain how to go about saving your game. First, tap the trunk icon on the top right side of the screen. The trunk contains all manner of information that you can access by tapping the icons. Touch the icon marked Save to save your game. Tap the journal icon to read over notes about our adventure in St. Mystere. Next, we have the puzzle index icon. Tap it to view all the puzzles you've encountered. Okay. Puzzles you've solved have a check next to them. Puzzles you've seen but haven't solved are blank. You can retry any puzzles you've solved from this screen. To retry puzzles that you haven't solved yet, you must return to the actual site of the puzzle. Don't be afraid to use items in the trunk to help our investigation. It'll be second nature soon enough. Enough explanation for now. Let's make our way to Reinhold Manor. An arrow marks our path on the map, so all we need to do is head in the correct direction. Okay. So we need to take a left and then head straight, basically.
Lead the way, Professor.
Okay. Chapter 1. Reinhold Manor awaits. Make your way to Reinhold Manor on the east side of town. Okay. Save your progress. Yeah. Sure. Why not? There's no harm in that, I suppose. Okay. So, we have a new screen now. It appears to be a clock tower. Okay. Is there nothing in the clock? That clock tower is rather worse for the wear. Speaking of clocks, I've got just the puzzle for you. Admittedly, it concerns a more modern type of clock, but never mind that minor detail. Okay. Number 5. Okay, we skipped number 4. This puzzle is worth 50 picarats. Uh-oh. That sounds rough. Okay. Imagine a digital clock like the one shown below. How many times will the clock display 3 or more of the same number in oh, good math, over the course of one day? In case you were wondering, the clock in this puzzle displays a time on a 12-hour scale, not on military time. Oh boy, okay. How many times will the clock display 3 or more of the same number in a row? Well, when you touch the answer space, the input screen will appear for you to enter your answer. After you've entered something, it will appear in the answer space. If you'd like to change it, just tap the answer space again at any time. Okay. 3 or more of the same number in a row on a 12-hour scale, not military time. Okay. Well, there's 1, 11, 2, 22, 3, 33, 4, 44, 5, 55. Obviously, there's no 666. There's 11, 11, and 12, 22. Is that it? Thinking. Oh, no, that's not it. There's also 11, 10. Yep, 11, 12. 11, 13. 11, 14. Whoops. 14. That looks super bad. I'm sorry. I do not have the best handwriting in the world either, and it's super hard to do on an iPad screen. 11, 15, 11, 16, 17, 18, and 11, 19. Whoops, that's not 9. That's 2. Wow, brain. Okay. I think that's it. I think. Let me think a little longer. Yeah, that should be it. I can't think of any other combinations. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times 2 because it's on a 12-hour scale and not military time. So 16 times 2 is 32, I believe. So I guess that would be the answer then, right? 32? Wait. Do I have to do 0, 32? Since there's 3 spaces? I guess we'll try.
I think I've got it.
Oh, what?
I've let you down for
Okay. Are you sure you haven't forgotten a few possible combinations? Also, don't forget that you need to double your total account to account for AM and PM. PM. Okay. Is it... Oh, no! Okay. Is it because I didn't put 032? Is that maybe why?
I think I've got it.
No.
Oh, I wish
Okay.
I had it.
Okay, then what am I missing then? Oh, shit! Okay, oh, I got it. Okay. It's 10 o'clock. That's the one I'm missing. That's 3 zeros in a row. I didn't even think about that. Okay. Well, I think that's it. Right. Let me think a little bit longer just to double check, but I believe that was the one that I was missing. All right, I have thought long and hard about it, so that makes 17 times 2, which is 34 instead of 32. So I guess I'll take a chance and see if this does the trick.
I think I've got it.
Ah! Okay, I see you. That was definitely a difficult one. That was a lot more brain teasery, brain foody, how do I want to say? Taxing, I guess, than the previous ones for sure. Very good. A series of 3 or more of the same digit appears 34 times over the course of 24 hours. I cannot read. See the chart above for details, but it's easy enough to spot times like 111 or 222, but many people forget about combinations like 10 o'clock or 1112. Well, I remembered 1112, but 10 o'clock slipped my mind entirely. And there we go. My how do I want to say? My arrogance got the better of me there. Precisely the answer I was looking for, Luke. Well done, my boy. Nice. Digital digits. Okay. Let's check around. Hint coin. Okay. It seems like if there is a gold trash can, there will always be hint coins. The lamp, maybe? Clock tower? I mean, yeah, but... is there anything... There's something in the corner? No, that's just the window. Okay. How about that poster? No? Okay. I guess that is it in this area then. I really like the vibe of the area. It's pretty neat. Hello, sir. Percy. Oh, hello. I'm Percy, St. Myster's unofficial writer-in-residence. My Reinhold Manor, you ask? Head up that road to the right. It's immense, so you'll know it when you see it. But before you go, why not try your hand at this puzzle I thought up? See if you can figure out which house is mine from the instructions I give you. I'll even sweeten the deal for you. If you manage to solve this puzzle, I'll tell you about this village. So how about it? You will try, won't you? After all, a writer is nothing without an audience. Why are you looking at a watch when the clock tower's right there, by the way? Okay, here's number 4. Where's my house? Okay. 20 carats, so definitely easier than the last one, or at least it should be. Can you find my house, go out the front door of my place, and turn left. At the first intersection you come across, take a right. Turn right again at the following intersection, and you'll come face to face with the morning sun. Circle my house. Okay. Well, morning sun, that means that I'm going to be facing east, because the sun sets in the west. So... turn right at the first intersection. Turn right again at the following intersection. Okay. So... oh, and like the second you come out the door, turn left. So I need to make 3 turns total, and then face east at the end, and that will be your house. Okay. Well, by process of elimination, it's not either of the ones that are facing right or either of the ones that are facing down, because those would both give me the same answer. So if there's only one answer, that it can't be either of those. So it's either the one facing left or the one facing up. So if we look at the one facing up, then go out the front door of my place and turn left. At the first intersection, take a right. Okay. Turn right again at the following intersection. You'll become face to face with the morning sun, and that's facing east. So, unless I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm not thinking about this correctly, I guess it's this house, right? Should be this one.
That should do it.
Oh yeah. Okay. I feel pretty good about that one, actually. That's right. This is a problem where working backwards gets the job done fastest. It takes far too long to check each house individually, or you could do what I did and think about it a little bit outside of the box. Impressive. I thought I'd set out quite the puzzle, but you made short work of it. Now for that gossip I promised you. The Reinhold family owns all of the land this village is built upon. I hear they own all the buildings too. I guess you could say this town sort of belongs to the Reinholds. Well, I'll be on my way now, but rest assured that the next time we meet, I'll have a harder puzzle for you. Okay. Let's go ahead and check out this menu and see what it's all about. This reminds me very heavily of Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, just because the menu takes place in a trunk. So charms. What do we have here? Ah, yes, my favorite, a completion list. Excellent. Well, there's only three spots, and apparently this game is not anywhere near as long as like an Ace Attorney game, so that's interesting. Also, I am not getting Ace Attorney vibes in any way from this game, other than the fact that Layton points sometimes. I really am not seeing the connection between the two franchises currently, but maybe that comes in later, who knows. Charm number 1. Okay. Well, I cannot promise that I'm going to 100% this on one run-through. Mysteries. Golden apple. Oh, okay, we have a fair amount of mysteries, it seems. We're not just going to spend the whole game looking for the golden apple, then. The late Baron Reinhold hid this item in St. Mystere just before dying and has promised the whole of his fortune to the one who finds it. No one has any clue what the golden apple might be or where it is hidden. Okay. Journal. Lady Dahlia's letter. A most fascinating letter found its way to me the other day. It came to me from one Lady Dahlia, widow to Baron Augustus Reinhold. Her letter details how an unusual object known only as the Golden Apple is to decide how her late husband's fortune is split up. The entire matter sounds terribly interesting, and I've arranged for Luke to accompany me on a visit to St. Mystere, the site of the whole incident. Okay. And that's that, I guess. And how do you know Luke, exactly? How did you two meet? I would love to have that information, but we were just kind of thrown right into it, I guess. Memo. Oh, okay, I can just write things in here. Cool. Interesting. How many pages do I get? Just infinite? Oh, that's an undo button. That's not multiple pages. Okay. Well, it seems like there's 3 other options of some sort that I can choose. Speaking of options, how to play, terms of use, volume. Yeah. I guess that's everything to look at in here. So I guess let's go ahead and pop on over to Reinhold Manor. Well, I'm supposed to go right and not down, but I'm kind of curious to see what happens if I go back. I don't think Reinhold Manor is that way. Okay, fine. Whatever, Luke. I guess we'll go the correct way. The character designs in this game are super funny. Like, I see them and I'm like, oh, that's a guy. Professor, look at that man standing in the street. I sure did. He's blocking the path up to Reinhold Manor. How terribly rude. Perhaps he'll move for us, but I have a feeling he has no intention of doing anything of the sort. Okay. Well, in this little bag, there is a hint coin. Is there a bag over there, too? Is that what that is? No? Okay. There's one in the sign, too. And anywhere else? What kind of shop is this, anyway? There's something in the distance in the trees there. I can't quite tell what that is, but I can't click it either, so I guess let's go ahead and say hi to this guy.
Hold up. Never seen you two here before. What's a couple of fresh faces like yourselves doing here?
We're here by invitation of the Reinholds. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have business through the gate.
Business with the Reinholds, is that so? Something strange here. Yeah, you're a fishy pair. Don't trust you, that's for sure. But I'll let you pass if you could solve this riddle, see? Just to warn you, it's a tough one. It isn't going to be easy, is it? No way. Definitely not going to be easy.
Okay. 40. Okay. Whew. Well, give me your best shot. Here we have 8 small weights that all look the same. However, one of the weights in the group is slightly lighter than the rest. Using this scale 2 times, you can find out which of the 3 weights is lighter than the rest. So which is the light one? Ooh, okay. 8 small weights that look the same. One of the weights is slightly smaller than the rest. Using this scale 2 times, you can find out which of these weights is lighter than the rest. Load the weights you want to measure onto the scale by dragging them into position with your finger. When you've finished arranging the weights, press the red button to weigh them. Using the scale 2 times. If both sides stay level, it means both. Yeah, okay. Once you've found the right weight, place it in the answer area and tap submit. Using this scale 2 times, so I only get 2 shots. Okay. Well, I guess then. If I can only use it 2 times, then I know of a way I can lower it down to a 50-50 shot. We can put 5, 6, 7, and 8 on one side, and then 1 through 4 on the left side. And we can see which side weighs heavier. Okay, so it's not 1 through 4, it's one of these. So, in that case, we can go ahead and see which side is heavier. What? What? One of the weights is slightly lighter than the rest. Well, I'm very confused now. If it's even, oh, I can restart at any time. Okay. So what? 5 and 6? Okay, 5 is heavier than 6. Then I guess it's 6? If 6 is lighter, one of the weights in the group is slightly lighter than the rest. Okay. Is it 6?
That should do it.
Okay. I guess I win just by sheer luck. Okay, cool. I don't know why they evened out though. That was super weird. What? That's super weird. That's right. To solve this puzzle with no guesswork, you must load 3 weights on each side of the scale for your first measurement. If you manage to get that far, the rest is easy. Well, no, I cheated, I guess, just with pure sheer luck.
Hey, not half bad. Pretty sharp bunch, aren't you? Pair of good sharp apples, the two of you.
So, have we satisfied you? May we pass now?
Of course you can pass. Move along, and you better make sure to give my regards to Lady Dahlia.
Okay. Lightweight is now in your puzzle index. Cool. Well, I guess that is a probably a good stopping point for today's episode of Let's Play Professor Layton and the Curious Village Blind. If you're enjoying it, please let me know. This is something super new. It's literally just me solving puzzles. I hope that this is enjoyable. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like. If you're new, consider subscribing. If you want to follow my socials or join my Discord, they're in the description. And I hope to see you guys next time when we head over to Reinhold Manor proper.